what was that first instance that you feel you was tested or somebody tried you when you had gotten locked up?
Hey, you know, it's crazy that as soon as I hit Old Folsom, there's a name. He used to be a big name in the Bloods. His name was Peabody. He's the one allegedly one of the co-founders of the UBNs. Hopefully I'm not saying too much, but he came to my cell, and I'm fresh to the prison. I didn't know nothing. I was at Old Folsom Prison. He came to my cell because the cells is real small, and they're the ones that got the bars and shit on them. So when he came to my cell, I had no idea who he was, but I knew of the name. And at that time, the name was like a legend. So he played like he was a Crip. He played like he was, back then, that's when the Hoovers were Crips. So he played like he was a Hoover Crip at that time. And I went up on him. But he liked what he saw, and I couldn't get why he started laughing at me because he's on the other side of the bars, and I'm like going up on him. But all the time he's a blood, he was testing me. And that was one of the first tests that I passed. Like I said, I had no idea who he was. But remember, when I came from the county, they already prepared me for all the games that's going to be played. And if I wouldn't have passed that test, ain't no telling where I would have been. Because tests will come. There was another test that came when we did a hunger strike at Folsom. Then nobody's supposed to go to no meals. And one of the homies from VNG, Van Ass Gangster Bloods, he decided to go. And I'm telling you, like, where you going? I'm still new to all this prison stuff. So he's like, look, I ain't under no paperwork. Can't nobody tell me nothing. We'll do it. And I'm like, man, but we don't supposed to go. That's what they telling us. The big homies saying we can't go. They gonna give us the food. But the thing is this was the second time I was tested. So he was like, man, you can't nobody tell me shit. Fuck you and fuck them. I said, what? Now my thing is I'm a gangster. In my mind, I'm a gangster. I'm playing the whole gangster role, right? What? Man, as soon as we came off lockdown, I ran up in his cage and maxed him. And that right there, I'm not realizing that this is building my reputation, right? But at the same time, there was older brothers that was always in my ears about educating me because they seen something in me that I didn't see in myself. But them older dudes, they was straight educating. They was lacing me. And I remember one time when I started really trying to get what the hell they was talking about, because when you in prison, they speak, it seemed like the language in prison is totally different than shit on the street, right? I'm talking about dudes when they come to educating you. The communication thing, it just seemed totally foreign. So as they educate me, they also telling me, look, one of them, he had told me, look, continue to be what you are, but educate them and bring them out of that. What they meant by that is that a lot of them couldn't reach. They can't reach because they of a different level. They can't reach the young ones that's, you know, super with the gang stuff, right? But they told me to continue to walk like that, talk like that, so you could be able to get them, and then eventually indoctrinate what they need within them, so they come up out of that. And I got it. But yeah, that was one of the couple of times when I first came to prison, how I was tested.
I want to answer the chat. Yeah, he talking about Peabody from different lanes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
For the people that when he say paperwork, when he was telling that story, when he said I'm not under no paperwork, it means but like he's not affiliated with a UBN or bloodline.
Yeah, which is what they said, what they consider is it's a prison constitution where back in the early 80s, like I say, it wasn't that many bloods. So a lot of the bloods had to come together. And you had people, I can't be saying too many things, but a lot of the militant blacks used to educate certain brothers that wanted to be educated, especially the Bloods and Crips. And what they start doing is showing them how to structure the gang into something other than what they call gangs. how to structure and become a body of people, like an organization, how to structure them into organization type minded individuals as a collective though. So that's what the whole paperwork came in. Paperwork basically is like, you read our Constitution, you evolve this, you're a part of this now. Just like joining the military.
Somebody had a good question. Somebody had a good question, Pico. I think it was Vela. She said, "How do you feel about your book? Does it give you closure of your life?"
Well, let me see. This book right here. This is the life and times of an LA Blood. This only speaks on my life growing up in Watts. Also, how, according to what I know about the gang culture, whether it's Bloods and Crips, how it started, what it was about, what it was supposed to be about. A lot of Crips that I know throughout the years. I got, even one of my brothers is one of the co-founders of the Avalon Crips, one of my older brothers. But the thing is, a lot of times people would say that not we, because I didn't start it, but those who started the Bloods and Crips it was for like a somewhat of a Black Pantherish type thing, but it wasn't. It wasn't